My oldest Bethany teen has a step-sibling Maria, mid-teen. Bethany and I are white, while my husband and Maria are of Mexican descent. They've been in each other's lives since they were 6 and 7, and overall, the relationship is good until recently. Maria's Quincy and era is coming up, and my husband and his ex-wife took her to get her dress. The dress and alliterations came to around $3,000. My daughter has been very jealous of the whole party. I informed her it's part of the culture, just like when she had a huge Sweet 16 party with her friends. I spent more time with her to try to make her feel better about it, and got her her own cheaper dress for the party. The party was supposed to be in 2 weeks, but my daughter, after an argument with Maria about the TV, scribbled Sharpie all over the expensive dress and ripped the back long story short. Everyone was angry I gave money to my husband and his ex to try to get a new dress ASAP. I informed my daughter she would need to get a job and pay back the total price of the dress as punishment. We got into a huge argument over it, and the whole situation isn't fair that I'm choosing Maria and being a huge jerk. Am I the idiot for making my oldest pay back a $33,000 dress? She ruined Edit. I spent a lot for Bethany's Sweet 16 party, around $4,000 for the venue and all that. Maria's party I think is around $6,000 in total. But the cost is split between my husband and his ex. So he really spent about $3,000 on her party. The difference in the dress I got her is a lot. I only spent $450 on a dress she picked for the party. You wear basically a prom dress as a guest to a Quincy and era, not a huge fluffy dress that Maria is going to wear, not the idiot your teen daughter destroyed someone else's property. It's her responsibility to make restitution. This isn't taking sides, it's good parenting, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to impress on Bethany that if this were the property of someone other than a family member, the police or court system would probably be involved. She's fortunate that her parent is willing to work out a repayment plan with her. Instead, 100%. This op is teaching Bethany staying out of jail skills here. She's old enough to understand what she did is wrong. This level of jealousy is also unhealthy, as is the lack of impulse control at her age. Bethany will find it takes a long time to earn $3,000, but the experience will do her good for finding a job after school or college. Plus, it will teach her the value of money, and depending on the job, may even mature her too in my state. Damaging $3,000 worth of property carries a minimum penalty of 2 years and a maximum penalty of 12 and fines of up to $155,000. She needs to learn her lesson now before she ties this crap on someone other than her stepfamily, who probably doesn't want to see their stepkid go to jail as a teen. She's fortunate they only wanted to pay for the dress. Hispanic of Mexican descent here. I see a lot of comments regarding the cost of the dress and the age of the daughter who did the deed, both valid points. But we're not devoting enough attention to a very important detail. This girl attacked a whole family. This is an event that is right up there with weddings and funerals, where family members who haven't seen each other in years gather and to ruin the centerpiece of that event affected many people on a deep and personal level. Personally, I would like to see this girl be made to apologize to the entire party. Attendees publicly. This will allow her to think about what she did and learn from this experience. Part of moving into adulthood is taking responsibility in making amends. My best friend has long suspected her boyfriend of almost 8 years of cheating on her. We're 22, and nearly everyone in our friend group thought she was being a little bit crazy because her boyfriend seemed like a great guy. So we always just tried to talk her down, tell her to trust him. He's in a busy program at work, and things will improve. She was heartbroken when he told her he had fill-in duty. He's a new cop on Saturday or Thursday night and couldn't do the couple costume she planned for them. I got invited to a party hosted by a co-worker at the last minute on Saturday and told my friend it would be good for her to go and just get out instead of doom-scrolling. We went, and it was a huge party. And we didn't really know anyone else there, but we had a blast dressed up like last-minute vampires. At about 1 a.m, her boyfriend sort of just appeared in the crowd. And when I saw the red football jersey, my heart sank because about a minute later, a girl dressed up as Taylor Swift came up and held his hand. My friend saw it, and she immediately ran to the bathroom, sobbing in the bathroom. She went from pleading with God that this wasn't real to out-and-out rage and back again. I told her we needed to leave. She said no, she had to confront him. I asked her if she confronted him. Was she going to do something that would end her up in jail? She said maybe, and she was serious. I said we had to leave. She said no. I told her to wait and went to find my co-worker to help him make her leave. We dragged her out, and she made such a scene that her boyfriend fighting noticed she was at the party, and he took off like a scared rabbit. We got to my house, and she started pounding shots. So I grabbed her keys and tried to get her to go to bed, and she kept screaming how everyone screws me over, including you. Finally, she fell asleep, but woke up hungover and angry that I didn't let her find out what was going on. I said we knew what was going on. He was cheating. She called me a horrible friend for not believing her. For the past few weeks, I said I was so sorry. She said I was a major idiot for making a leave because she could have caught him in the act and made a clean break. I said she was scaring me with how she was talking in the bathroom. She said she's an adult and can make her own choices. She said it would be a long time before she could forgive me and left. And I think she's blocked me on everything. I feel bad for the whole situation, and I feel bad that I may have made the wrong decision. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot for removing an intoxicated, upset friend from a volatile situation, but you are so thoroughly the idiot for dismissing her out of hand because her boyfriend seemed like a great guy. People who seem like good people cheat all the time. They don't generally walk around with "I'm a philandering jerk" tattooed on their foreheads. If she had cause to be concerned as a friend, you should have at least heard her out. It's not likely that your friendship will survive this. I disagree. I suspect that in time, your friend will come to understand your position here. Your relationship will get back on track. She's obviously in a heightened emotional state due to the situation with her now ex and the fact she was drinking at the time, so she likely just needs time and space to get some perspective on the matter. Hopefully that's the case. But if it's not, take comfort in knowing this situation is the fault of her cheating partner. And ultimately, he, not you, is the idiot. This is quite an understatement, and all their mutual friends told her friend to ignore her gut intuition about a guy who she dated for 8 years, because he's a great guy. They don't empathize with her, nor do they hear her out. They don't tell her that they have her back if she turns out to be right. They side with the great guy, and to the surprise of absolutely no one. She was right about a guy she dated for almost a decade seriously. Opie, what do you think would have happened? Would the friend have clawed his eyes out? Please, the friend would have made a scene, but that would have been a clean and undisputable breakup. We all had friends, 'cause scenes when intoxicated. Yes, it is embarrassing. But if the friend has zero record of violence, it is no cause for concern. Up is you are the idiot for meddling in what does not concern her. My daughter Sophia is a teen, and she goes to a private school where a lot more affluent families send their kids. My wife works there, so we get a huge discount on the price. I prefer to send the kids to public school, but our school district stinks a lot. So private. It is, I truly don't like how the kids act at that school. The best way is that they are snobby. My breaking point was that my son sent a video of my daughter being extremely rude to a fast food worker. My wife and I discussed it, and we agreed she needed to get a job, so she would understand that those people deserve respect and how awful it feels for a customer to be a jerk. So she's been working at Target and dealing with all the customers. She hates it, and it got out in school that she has a job. This resulted in people not inviting her out like they used to, since she's lame for having a job. My wife wanted to let her quit her job, and we argued about it. I think it's better she learns they were never her friends in the first place. And she should keep her job. My wife thinks I'm an unfair jerk, and Sophia hates me at the moment. Am I the idiot for this edit? She's been working there for 2 weeks at this point. Son works for a lawn service company, but it's concentrated in the summer and spring. He chose to work since it's a free workout. His words, my son is 19 and is in college. Not the idiot, but as a former food service worker in high school. I believe that everyone should have to work 1 full year, so you hit all the holidays once at a food service or frontline store worker. So they are likely to think twice before abusing staff after that. Do something similar. Perhaps she has to work for 1 full year, including full-time over the summer. I 100% agree everyone in the world should work 1 full year of retail or food service before entering society, while it sucks that your daughter isn't going to as many parties. I think you're correct in that they were never her friends. If they think it's lame for a 16-year-old to get a job, stick to your guns. Your daughter needs to learn that while working isn't always fun, it is essential, unlike her so-called friends. She doesn't have rich parents to bankroll her life earning and saving. Now we'll teach very important lessons that go beyond showing empathy to working people. By the way, did you find out why she was rude to the fast food worker? Oh yeah, the fast food worker didn't include the sauce packets in the bag. They were dining in. She went up after and asked for them. He told her they were by the straws, and he didn't have them at the register, literally 5 feet away from her. She was angry and yelling and told him to grab them for her. She even asked for the manager. By the end, I, 32 female, have a sister 36 and a brother 34. The 3 of us were close as children. My sister and I were incredibly close from our early 20s, due to a traumatic incident that happened to her, and I was the person she felt most comfortable relying on. I was there. And I held her hand through it all then. When I had had several miscarriages in a row, she was there for me, and a great support. I was unable to carry my children biologically. I could have a child, but my body could not retain a pregnancy. So my husband and I had helped to have our 2 children. I'm their biological mother, but I didn't carry them. My sister-in-law did. I am truly forever grateful to her during that period of my life. We were glad to have such amazing and supportive families. Things came crashing to a halt more than a year ago when my sister made some callous remarks about her children should be a priority to the family because hers came from her body. She said my DNA might have made my kids, but they would never really be mine. She ended up in a feud with our brother, because she told him that he should remind his son that my son is not an additional boy in the family. My nephew was the only boy until my son was born. My brother was shocked by our sister's dance. She went in on me about how I should have embraced that I was never meant to be a mom and that I defied Mother Nature. It was incredibly hurtful, and my brother stood by me and my sister didn't like that. Eventually, we stopped communicating with her, but we also no longer saw her kids, my brother, and I continued spending time together, and our kids spent time together. My sister doesn't like that she reached out separately and said, "We were cruel for excluding her children, and how could we leave them out like that?" I was so bothered by what she said that I called her up and told her that if she wasn't so cruel, her kids would be included more. But none of us want to deal with her, and I want her nowhere near my children. After what she said, she accused me of taking my issues with her out on her children. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. How could she possibly say something like that? Giving birth does not make you a mother, nor does not giving birth make you less of a mother. I would hate to see what she thinks about adopted or foster children, regardless of whether you gave birth to your children. They are yours, period. Even if they weren't blood related to you, they would still be yours. Op doesn't know. But given what the sister tried to convince the brother's son, it's almost a sure thing that the sister's kids have been primed to treat Op's children as other. And the real objection is getting shut out of being around the brother's kids. Why does she want to spend time with your children? She doesn't find them worthy. Makes disgusting remarks and doesn't see them as part of the family. Her children can hear the offensive things their mother says, and they would most likely repeat them to your children as well as their relatives. Sis sounds unhinged out of curiosity. Does your sister spend excessive time on social media? TikTok is filled to the brim with toxic rhetoric, especially ones around motherhood, and what a real mom is. It's so easy to get caught in a doom scroll, and the algorithm just shoves more of it in your face. And the next thing you know, you're in some pipeline flushing you down the back crap crazy toilet either way. I'm sorry you're dealing with this, but I'm glad your brother is on your side, Op. She supported you so much because it made her feel better, like Op can't carry kids, and I'm also an angel for sharing her burden and helping her stay below me where she belongs. And you destroyed her perfect plan to be a saint by letting your sister-in-law, a true saint, carry your kids. How dare you? Your sister is a demon in January. Next year, my 25 female sister 29 is having rib removal surgery. She's going to America because no doctor in our country will perform that type of surgery for non-cosmetic reasons. She'll stay there at first to recover a little bit before she returns. However, she'll need to take more time to recover when she gets back. She's asked if she can move in with me so I can be her caregiver. It would be for up to 4 months. Although she said it could be longer, and she doesn't know the exact timeline. She says her parents can't do it because of their age, and the fact that they moved into a building for people who are over 50 this year. She thinks that I will be the perfect caregiver for her. Because I'm a critical care nurse. I said no for one thing. My place only has 1 bedroom. Also, I spend all my time at work, taking care of people. I don't want to do it in my off hours. The hospital I work at is busy and my shifts are long. I don't want to do work at home too. My sister is angry because she says, if I don't do it, she'll have to pay for nurses and caregivers, and they will be strangers. Does my refusing to do any caregiving for her and saying it's not my problem make me the wrong one? Not the Ida if she can fly to America and pay for medical care there. She can afford a nurse to look after her also. With one bedroom, does your sister plan to recover on the living room sofa? Or does she expect you to give up your bedroom for months to camp in the living room, all while working full-time out of interest? Is it for cosmetic reasons only has nothing to do with a medical condition? No, sis is doing a barbecue and is short of ingredients. Another critical care nurse here, and my question is, why would someone need a caregiver after rib surgery? She'll be able to walk, get to the bathroom and kitchen cook and dress, order groceries, or go out herself. Why the heck would she need a caregiver? Is this a big thoracotomy or multiple chest tubes or something? I didn't need a caregiver after I smashed my leg and spent 2 months no weight bearing at age 60. I'd hazard to say that if she's planning on 4 months of recovery, that's a red flag too in most surgeries. You can return to normal activities, possibly with restrictions, within 2 weeks. I think she booked multiple surgeries, and the only thing missing from Ops post is the word influencer wow rib removal surgery. Now that is the height of unnecessary cosmetic surgery. I can see tummy tucks or breast augmentation, but a rib being removed so you can appear to have a smaller waist or to get a smaller waist that is over the psychotic. Yeah, I'd say no to it, even if I wasn't a nurse. You know she's going to be demanding most likely and want you to be waiting on her hand and foot. Oh, it hurts to move. Oh, you didn't have a rib taken out. I'd reply, well, you're not. Adam's sister should rather spend all this money on a good therapist.